Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Examining Cowboys' decision to bypass running backs in the draft in favor of Ezekiel Elliott and Marist Liufau. How much, if any, did Ezekiel Elliott's availability on the open market prior to the 2024 NFL Draft have on the Dallas Cowboys' decision-making? An argument could be made it significantly impacted Dallas selections, and a counterargument could easily explain why each player was drafted in each round. Today though, we are going to explore the former. It's no secret the Dallas Cowboys touched base with Zeke and his representatives prior to the 2024 NFL Draft getting underway. By doing so, they knew he had an interest in returning to Dallas. That at the very least presented them with a plan B, which quickly could have turned into their plan A once things started unfold in each round. But when and where could Ezekiel Elliott's availability possibly started to have an impact on the Cowboys' decision-making? Round 1? Not a chance. As much as they seemed to like RB Jonathan Brooks, drafting him in round 1 would have been a huge reach. What about round 2? That definitely seems more likely, so let's start there. By the time the Cowboys were on the clock at number 56, they had already seen RB Jonathan Brooks get drafted by the Carolina Panthers 10 picks earlier at number 46. With him gone, the next RB they had shown the most interest in was Trey Benson, but he was considered a reach here considering he was Dane Brugler's 81st overall ranked player in his top 100. So instead of reaching on an RB, they stuck to their board and drafted Marshawn Kneeland. We can't really fault the Dallas Cowboys here. Sticking to their board and drafting someone they had ranked higher at a position of need was the right decision. In fact, it looks as if they received tremendous value here. Kneeland was considered a fringe first-round prospect and was Brugler's 32nd ranked player in his top 100. Because of that, we'll concede the Cowboys were correct to bypass the RB position in the second round. By the time the Cowboys were on the clock again at number 73, Trey Benson had already been drafted by the Arizona Cardinals earlier in the third round with the 66th overall pick. With only Jonathan Brooks and Trey Benson off the board, Dallas still had their pick of all of the available running backs for them with the first of their 2 third-round draft picks. Again though, it looks as if they stuck to their draft board and selected their top-ranked player at a position of need by drafting the versatile offensive lineman Cooper Beebe. This is another pick that seemed to carry significant value. He was Brugler's 38th overall ranked player in his top 100 and someone who should start immediately for Dallas. So again, we will concede the Cowboys were correct to bypass the RB position again here. Between the Cowboys' selection of Cooper Beebe and when they are on the clock again at number 87, only one RB was drafted, Blake Corum. He went 83rd overall to the Los Angeles Rams, still leaving several running backs worthy of being selected here. Instead, Dallas pulls off arguably the biggest shocker by not only bypassing the RB position once again, but selecting LB Marist Liufau out of Notre Dame. Drafting Marist Liufau at number 87 was considered a pretty significant reach by the Cowboys. He was expected to be a mid to late day 3 selection and was given a 5th-6th round draft grade by Dane Brugler. This is where knowing of Ezekiel Elliott's availability on the open market most likely impacted the Cowboys' decision-making and potentially cost them their running back of the future. Cowboys' $39 million receiver in danger of being traded, says analyst. The Dallas Cowboys are in a tight situation when it comes to the salary cap, which could prompt the franchise to explore potential trades. Bleacher Report's Alex Ballentine put together a list of 3 players the Cowboys could explore trading or releasing this offseason. Wide receiver Brandon Cooks headlined the list as the veteran heads into the final season of a 2-year, $39.7 million contract. Cooks is slated to have a $10 million cap hit in 2024. Brandon Cooks is a good receiver, but his best chance at holding an NFL record is to get traded one more time, Ballentine wrote in a May 8, 2024 story titled, Cowboys Potential Trade, Cut Candidates After 2024 NFL Draft. He's currently tied with Hall of Fame running back Eric Dickerson as the most traded player in the league since 1980. Trading away the veteran receiver would save the Cowboys $8 million against the 2024 salary cap if the move was executed after June 1. The Cowboys didn't take a receiver until the 6th round, Ballantyne added. Ryan Flournoy could be an underrated gem of the class as a 6 feet 1 inch, 202-pound receiver with 4.44 speed and some potential as an FCS prospect. If they believe Flournoy can contribute right away and that Jalen Tolbert will finally break out, they could decide that Cooks is not a necessity in the offense. The veteran receiver is coming off his worst statistical season since 2021. Cooks posted 54 receptions for 657 yards and 8 touchdowns in 16 appearances for the Cowboys in 2023. Yet, Dallas would be wise to think twice before unloading Cooks. The playmaker's connection to Dak Prescott grew as the season went on. 5 of Cook's 8 touchdowns came in the final 7 regular season's games. The Cowboys could use additional wide receivers rather than getting rid of the ones on the roster. Dallas released Michael Gallup this offseason and have yet to sign a veteran replacement. The idea of releasing Cooks in the hope 6th-round selection Ryan Flournoy can contribute right away is a bit unrealistic. Dallas already needs third-year wideout Jalen Tolbert to step up alongside CeeDee Lamb and Cooks. Following the draft, Dallas has shown an interest in signing an additional wideout. The Cowboys met with Zay Jones following his release from the Jacksonville Jaguars. Sources: former Jaguars WR Zay Jones is visiting the Cowboys today, Bleacher Report's Jordan Schultz detailed in a series of May 8 message on X. Jones has already met with the Titans and Cardinals. Several teams vying for the former second-round pick. The Cowboys are a potential return home for Zay Jones, who was born in Dallas and prepped nearby in Austin. The challenge is Jones is also meeting with the Kansas City Chiefs on May 9. Dallas may need to up their potential offer in order to land Jones given multiple teams are interested. There was a time when the Cowboys didn't let a prospective free agent they wanted to sign get out of the building, Fort Worth Star-Telegram's Clarence Hill Jr. said in a May 8 message on X. Still may happen, but Zay Jones visiting the Chiefs is not a great sign. Maybe he wants to take all the visits and decide. What we know is the Cowboys, his daddy's team, didn't give him reason to cancel the KC trip. They never were going to make him offer he couldn't refuse. Dallas Cowboys, former number 1 draft pick QB, predicted to replace Dak Prescott. The Dallas Cowboys did it yet again, and Dak Prescott, with the season on the line and legitimate expectations for a Super Bowl run from smart people both inside the Dallas building and media/analysts from outside, believed this 2023 squad was different. Prescott was in the discussion for NFL MVP this season and closed out arguably the best regular season of his career. The Cowboys entered Saturday's wild card round matchup as 2-score favorites over the Green Bay Packers, who have a first-year starting QB and the youngest roster in the NFL. Dak Prescott closed out the 2023 regular season ranked in the top 5 in several major categories for NFL QB. He came into Sunday's playoff matchup against the Green Bay Packers with 4,516 yards, third, 36 touchdowns, first, 9 interceptions and a QB rating of 72.5, second. Although some rolled their eyes when Jerry Jones and company decided to fire Kellen Moore at the end of last season, as he's regarded as one of the up-and-coming young and brilliant offensive minds, head coach Mike McCarthy took over play calling and the Dallas Cowboys offense looked elite for the majority of the year. Finally, Prescott and CeeDee Lamb found the perfect chemistry and emerged as arguably the top quarterback/wide receiver tandem in the league. Beyond Dak Prescott and the explosive offense that averaged 389 yards and 30 points per game and finished with 77 touchdowns in the regular season, the Dallas Cowboys had a defense that finished the season ranked 5th in the NFL. After another disappointing early exit in the playoffs, the Dallas Brass entered the offseason with more question marks than answers. Initially, the expectation was Jerry Jones and company would sign Prescott to a contract extension to free up cap space and keep the core of their star players in place. But in a recent development, reports have confirmed both Prescott and the Cowboys are going to let their franchise QB finish out his current deal, making him a free agent after 2024 unless the two sides can reach an agreement before the end of the 2024 campaign. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Dak Prescott? Leave your opinion in the comments.